So we did a quick hike in Andrew Malera State Park.
We are trying to squeeze in a pretty quick hike. We got trying to make it to the lighthouse to get the lighthouse tour, and they say you have to be there 30 minutes. And they only take like the first 30 people that arrive, and that's the only tour you get for the day. So if we don't get it today, we don't do it. So this is just a quick hike. We're headed back. So we get to the lighthouse area that we have to wait at the gate, and I was amazed at the gate locks and how they worked it. And they actually had employees come in before while we were waiting in line. Come in, they go up to the top, and finally some guy came back down and unlocked the gate and let us in. But it was a pretty unique system, and I like the mechanics of it. And I took the pictures to study it. Of course, this is us sitting on the side of the road. We had about, I don't know, 15 vehicles, I guess.
We are at the Point Sur light station. The gates just opened for us to go on the tour. They said we will be here for 3 hours. We are going to drive along this road to the base of that rock, and then I guess we will walk up the rest of the road and go see the lighthouse up there.
Those waves.
Those waves out there are pretty incredible.
And then we have picture taking Jen taking pictures at the windows. I'm driving. That may be for the parking lot. We got in the parking lot and had to park, I don't know, stupid, backed up to the sand because we were larger than a regular car.
Yeah, that didn't really make sense, but whatever. There's us at the sign. And, we had to take more pictures of rocks and ocean and sand and beach.
We have gotten to where we make fun of each other because every time we turn around, both of us have a camera pointed at the ocean taking pictures. And, it's not like we hadn't seen the ocean before.
Right. But this is just, I'm going to say it again, this is just so pretty. And this is why I wanted to come to the West Coast to see this.
Off in the distance there was a naval base where they used to use sonar or something and try to track the Russian submarines from the oceans. They said they had those, there it is, outposts around the U.S. so they could track Russian submarines back years ago. It's no longer in use. I'm sure they do it another way, probably by satellite.
I thought they were using it.
No, it's vacant now. They're turning it back into a. They gave it to.
Oh, that's right.
They're making a tourist where they can take people into there.
Yep. Again, just waves crashing into rocks.
They just. I know it don't look. I mean, they're different. It's a different set of rocks. They just look different.
And that's what we keep telling each other is we haven't gotten a picture of that rock or that wave.
And then we run into seals.
The sea lions,
sea lions.
And this is what you call a raft of sea lions? I didn't know otters are called the same thing. But they're all out there either in the water or they're on the rocks. And they were loud.
Since the Marine Mammal Protection Act of 1972, these sea lions have been fully protected. And as such, the population is growing dramatically. We have over 250,000 sea lions on the California coast.
Again, rocks, waves, had to take pictures. And then more of the sea lions here.
You can tell who the animal lover is because I took all the pictures of all the sea lions. They were just so fun.
It's still significant. So the gray whale, they feed all summer on small fish and krill, building up blubber in their bodies to make this long migration. It's the longest migration in marine mammal, 12,000 miles. They make their way down to Baja California, where the pregnant females will give birth, where they mate, and then they make the journey back to the north. And typically they'll give birth to about 300 calves. And what's really exciting,
this was an hour-long hike up to the lighthouse. He stopped several times on the way so people could catch up. And again, every time it stopped, it was always at a beautiful place. I missed it. You could barely catch that lighthouse over the top of that mountain a while ago.
I think it actually took us 2 hours to get up there.
I know the whole thing was 3 hours. Then we
Right.
got inside the lighthouse, and they had a huge lantern in there when this thing first started, and now it's gotten down to a little bitty solar-powered LED light that does like 18 miles offshore, and the original one was like 20 miles offshore is how far you could see it. Those are little diamond shapes in the floor that you ain't got a picture of. Lets light in
In the floor, but in the ceiling too.
in the ceiling of as you're climbing up the steps, so you could see inside the lighthouse. That's the one that took the place. That's the new lighthouse.
Yep.
Again,
Light supply.
what is that? A coast and water
And
beach and waves.
Oh, this was a private. This light station is on a private land, and they actually have to get permission to do the tours.
Well, the getting into the lighthouse they have to have permission to get to, and that is a big airship that they used. And that little plane, they literally used to drop little planes out the bottom of that airship and do Air Force stuff with it.
Air Force stuff.
It actually crashed off the coast right there, and they saved all the people but two on
Yep.
that. It was something like 74 people in it, I think. Of course, they got a machine shop, and they got a blacksmith shop, and they got a woodworking shop. And they've got, this is some of the buildings upstairs. That's actually a barn on your left. You ain't got a picture of some bird. And then this is a water tower that actually got blown off by a wind that they had. Was 150 miles per hour wind that actually pushed their barn over against a concrete embankment. It's the only thing that kept it from going all the way to the ground. And the cell tower you saw across that building, they allowed them to put a cell tower up if they would put the water tower back on the property.
Yep.
And this is a whale skull.
Yes.
And then we went and had supper. What was that restaurant?
It's called Nepenthe.
And as the couple said that we met on the lighthouse tour said, because we met them on the way out of the restaurant, they said the hamburgers are good.
No, they said they were okay.
They were okay. Well, I agree. The hamburgers were, okay.
They were okay.
And it's an expensive meal for a hamburger to be okay.
Indeed.
And then this is some more. It's a nice venue. They just needed somebody to cook a little better. Jen had a bird come take a dip in her sauce.
Yeah, the sauce for my burger.
Our campsite is over there. And then this campsite became empty today. And this, I don't have any power, electricity, or water. But look at this. You're talking about a summertime swimming hole. That right there is awesome. If you enjoyed our video, please select the subscribe and the like button below. To get to our next video, select one of the tabs. Comments are always welcome.